Diamond channel, welcome. Right, I've done a few saw piercing videos recently, and the last two I did heart shapes and squares. I practiced a few before turning the camera on. I'm not doing that this time. This video is me starting right from square one. Wow, I'll say that. I say starting from square one. I have done hexagons before. I was training for a competition that took place in 1999. 2024 now, so you do the maths on that. It's been a long time since I've done a hexagon. So what I did today, I printed out, I found these online, picture of hexagons, and then I just printed them out, shrank them down on the printer to the sort of a size that's more sensible for making jewellery. Yeah, just stuck them to a bit of disc, and I'm about to start cutting them out, so let's see what happens. So this is a ball burr, just giving my drill a guide. You can start a drill into like just a flat bit of metal, but it's very slippery when you first get going until it digs in. It's a bit of a liability, you can slip, which means it can break. So I like doing this. Just selected a random drill. I don't know if it's sharp or not, I didn't look at the end. It's performing well, but it's not fully sharp. Okay, so I'm just going to start chopping away. First thing, immediately I just saw hexagon, yeah, you've got a top and bottom which are parallel to each other. So first thing, I just thought of it just now, is to cut out a rectangle, go to that end, come straight down parallel lines, and then when you turn it that way, you just cut it up in the middle. Right, I've already... when you've got experience, yeah, it's the best thing. You just, even before your brain puts it into words, you just already know what to do. To that point. Basically, I think I did the same with the squares. You sort of keep it tidy. You don't just cut a messy shape and try and finish it up the correct size and the shape you want. You sort of aim to get the shape you want as quickly as possible and then just open it up. Alright, it's a little hexagon, kind of. Just needs a lot of work. So think about that. If it was actually a piece of jewellery, you'd have, you'd most likely to have round stones one side. So you'd have a drill hole, scooped out round for stones on one side, and the back would be opened up to hexagon. So, yeah, okay. Start again. Right, so I was thinking to do that one and just keep the sides parallel and then have a little wall in between each one. Just change my mind. I'm sort of doing it as though I was making a piece of jewellery. So it would imagine having a round stone one side, and then just the decoration on the back is hexagons. So with that in mind, I'm going to open up that hole a little bit. So I just put a bigger drill through those to open them up a little bit. So this is practice, yeah. It doesn't matter. Like, this is what I do. Like, I'll start and stop. Like, it doesn't matter the finished result. If it looks good or not, as long as I learn what to do next time, it's fine. Why won't my saw blade go in there? So with a bigger hole, rather than cutting straight to the corner, I'm giving the saw blade a bit of an angle. Like that one, actually cutting out a hexagon hole, I decided like a rectangle in the middle was best. This one, I'm not really cutting a hexagon hole anymore. I'm sort of skimming it out at an angle. The hole can stay round for all I care. So with the saw blade at an angle, I'm just cutting, aiming for the corners of it. This is a cut 440 velour saw blade if you're interested. I do like 4s for this kind of work because they've got thickness and strength for doing a lot of cutting, but also they're kind of thin as well, thin enough to be agile and do a bit delicate work. But you want to get really accurate after, I'll change to a 6-0. Seems to be 4-0 and 6-0 probably my most common blades. I do like a 2-0 as well for like really hacking through like big chunky ring shanks and stuff. the sort of frayed edge of the paper sort of gets in the way of seeing exactly what's going on. So I do the best I can with this paper on. I'll do them all and then I'll just get the paper off and then get it more accurate after, and I can really see the edge. So I'm just rushing around it. I've spent literally minutes doing this. Yeah, I'm sticking with my initial way of doing it, just cutting to the corners. This is possible for me because I drilled the hole quite central. So if you're quite neat with your drilling, get them in the middle of your hexagons, you can work like this. So anyway, yeah, cutting from the centre with this blade at an angle, going into the corner, and then just skimming it across. I can't speak today. Skimming it across one corner to the other corner. Okay, this is the first time I stopped and having a sort of step back to look at it. Yeah, working really fast, just hacking them out. Really rough and ready. There's only one really that was a bit of a mess up, but that one on the top, look, I cut too far one way, and then to make it a hexagon, it sort of stretched out one side. But I'm going to keep saying it. This is not my best work. I'm not trying really carefully to do some perfect little hexagons. I'm just getting experience. This is what I would have normally been doing before making a video, but I'm making a video out of that rather than doing my normal little bit of experience before actually filming stuff. So yeah, really rough and ready. So what should I do next? Let's get rid of this paper, and then we can see with more clarity what needs to be done to get them neat. Just get coarse buff stick. Cool. So, wow, they look bad. There you go. They might look like a bit of a mess to you, but that is going to help me a lot get these all neat again. So I'm just want to do basically the same again with that, without the fluffy edges of the paper getting in my way. So what I'm going to do to help me out a little bit is open up the holes a bit in the middle. So just change the blade for a 6/0. See how this goes. Probably is the correct blade for doing this, but very slow compared to the other one. But you can get the corner sharper, you can work along the flats much more carefully, so it is the correct one to have, I think, at this stage. This is probably my worst shape one, so it's good experience to try and make it neat. Okay, so what I was just doing with a file, I've started working with them not individually. Now I'm trying to think of them how they sit together. So it's no good having two perfect hexagons, but if they're one's slightly rotated to the left or right compared to the one next to it, they've all got to sit nicely amongst each other. So I was just trying to sort that out a little bit. So that flat, that flat, that flat, that flat, I just went across 3, all doing the same parallel lines, just trying to neaten them up a little bit. Not possible. That flat of that one seems narrower, so I've got to try and pull that across there, which is gonna change the angle of that side. So anyway, I'm learning. Just doing different things. So I've done that way. Maybe I'll go up there next. I don't know. If I go around it, it might create new problems, but it might also fix existing problems. Just trying to find a way to get them neat now. Okay, I feel like I spent quite a bit of time on this now. Starting to look a bit better. The secret is, it's not just that edge giving you nice hexagon shapes, but the facets inside have to be nice and flat. Yeah, a bit of an endeavour doing this. Okay, looking at it just with my eye from this sort of distance, it looks kind of good. I can see where it needs neatening up and stuff, and they're all a little bit off from each other. But again, this is I keep repeating myself. I'm just working fast. I'm just trying to go through the motions of doing hexagons and just learning from this. So yeah, it is what it is. ×2. Can you see I put work into doing the facets so they're flat inside, down from the edge. And you can also see how they're a bit different from each other. I wish I did the centre one nicely, and then that would have been a good guide for all the others. They're all a little bit off. They're all quite hexagony, but they're also, if you actually really be a bit critical of them, they're all a bit off from each other. That was ×2. ×10. Let's have a look. Can you see what helped them look good amongst each other is actually adjusting them along with each other. You know, like I was saying, I was doing like, say, looking at it like this, it'll be like all the vertical lines, that one, that one, that one, that one, going that way, say all the horizontal that way, and then I sort of went around the sides as well. I'd do that, and then I'd do that, and then turn it that way, that. Just going around it without really stepping back and looking at it, it just naturally neatened them all up, just made them all line up nicely. So yeah, I learned quite a lot doing these. I think the smaller you go, the difficulty increases massively to get them nice. I think I kept trying to get them neater and sitting better amongst each other, and they naturally got a bit bigger and bigger. And this size, I finally could actually get the file in with the hole opened up loads, and I could actually make them quite neat to give you a measurement, just in case you want to try yourself and you want to know more about exactly what I did. Mine are about 3mm, the hexagons. Yeah, I feel like I didn't enjoy it, but I also feel like a sense of satisfaction that I came to a sort of good-ish result. But if I did this again, it would be so much faster, and I'd go to a neat job so much quicker with what I learnt. Yeah, so there you go. Hexagons. Have a go if you want, but be warned. It's not great fun.